have not eaten 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more.
Hope your day gets better.
Shut the fuck up!
Positive energy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Amy. Now, I've been seeing a lot of videos lately of Americans going off online because their food stamp benefits might be delayed or even stopped. And it's all happening right after the government shutdown kicked in earlier this month. Some are calling it unfair, others are saying, well, this is what you voted for. And quite frankly, it's turning into one big national debate. See, the thing is, when the government shut down, a lot of programs freeze, and SNAP, which is the food stamp program, happens to be one of them. And the USDA already warned that funds might not last into November if nothing changes. And some states have even told people to hold off expecting their benefits or applying for new ones. And now social media is full of reactions, people venting, others laughing, and a whole lot of political back and forth. So let's check out what people are saying about it, then I'll be back and we can talk more.
Somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying right fucking now, because what the fuck do you mean that I'm not gonna get my fucking SNAP benefits? What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is happening? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we fucking get. I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't.
Day 5, and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of.
No SNAP, no EBT, no link. No food stamps. No SNAP, no link, no EBT, no food stamps for the month of November. And yes, the month that Thanksgiving is in. The federal government will not be issuing SNAP, link, EBT, food stamps in the month of November. And not only will they not be issuing it, they have made it illegal for your state to issue it. So if your state wanted to give you food stamps to feed your family, it would be against the law. It would be a violation of something called the Anti-Deficiency Act. Let that sink in. If your state gave you food stamps, it would be illegal. And all of this because the government is shut down. First, you furlough us. Then you fire us. Now we can't feed our families because you want to give tax breaks to your billionaire friends. But y'all are too big of cowards to say that part, right? So you're going to go around and tell the American people that Democrats are responsible for the shutdown because they want to give illegal aliens free health care.
Over 6 million women and children are at risk of going hungry because of this fucking government shutdown. They have 2 weeks left in their funding for WIC. 1.5 million left, and that's only going to last them 2 weeks to feed women and children on WIC. This program provides food and nutrition for pregnant moms, breastfeeding moms, and newborn babies. So if they don't open the government in the next 2 weeks, then WIC is not going to have any funding to provide any type of food and nutrition for moms and new babies. And then SNAP is going to be next. They only have enough funding for SNAP till the end of November. So Mike Johnson and you fucking Republicans need to stop fucking playing with our lives and open the fucking government and negotiate with the Democrats. They're literally taking food from newborn babies just because they don't want to extend the subsidies so that millions of people don't lose their fucking health care. Because nobody can afford for their health care to go up $700-800 extra per fucking month. But the Republicans don't give a fuck about that. The only thing they care about is trying to make the Democrats look bad. Trying to make it look like the Democrats are trying to give trans surgeries and free health care to illegal immigrants, knowing damn well that they're trying to make sure millions of Americans don't lose their fucking health care. Because when people lose their health care and can't be seen by a doctor, they die. If they don't reopen the government within 2 weeks, then they're going to have to rely on state funding for these programs. And most states do not have the fucking funding for these programs. This just goes to show you that the Republicans don't give a fuck about the American people. American families shouldn't have to go hungry just because the Republicans don't want to do their fucking job.
Breaking news, y'all. For the month of November, Trump just announced there will be insufficient funds for any type of SNAP or government assistance for the month of November. So anybody that have food stamp, WIC, SNAP, whatever the case may be, any type of government assistance dealing with any type of foods or anything, you will be now cut off for the month of November. No type of money would be dispersed for November. No type of nothing. You will not receive no type of benefits from the government for the month of November. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of these families won't even be able to feed their family for Thanksgiving. They're doing this the month of Thanksgiving, right before the holidays. Open up your eyes. Y'all have to start watching the news and actually paying attention to the real world and see what's going on with y'all government. Because if I didn't come over here and tell y'all, a lot of these families wouldn't even know that they won't even receive assistance for next month. Like, this is crazy. Over 42 million people and families will not receive any type of SNAP for the month of November. They won't even be able to feed their family for Thanksgiving, let alone buy some groceries.
If you receive SNAP benefits, EBT, food stamps, please, please, please listen to this. This is so, so, so important. So I work for the government, and this morning I got an email from my job to my work email talking about how SNAP is officially going to be cut if the government does not pull together and fix the federal funding issue in November. So if you use SNAP, food stamps, EBT, if you are in that program, you will not get any money starting November. November, you will get no money. So the only money that you have left is whatever you have gotten in October. So basically, you won't be getting any more money until the government gets its shit together. So it's really, really important that you use whatever money you have left, budget correctly, get things that don't expire, like rice, beans, canned foods. Do what you gotta do to survive, because we don't know how long this is going to last. If you know somebody who is also on SNAP, send them this video so they know that this is coming. A lot of people don't know that they're about to get cut off from their, lifeline. This is how a lot of people in America eat and feed their children, and they're not gonna have this starting in November. So it's really, really important that we share this out, that we tell people about this. If you know people in your lives, make sure you tell them about this. This is really serious. I don't know if the government's going to be able to get their shit together in the next 15 minutes. The last government shutdown lasted for 35 days. November 4th, I believe, is the 34th day since the shutdown. So basically, it might go into November and you might not get your money.
You see, that's what's really interesting about this whole situation. It's not just about politics anymore. It's about how quickly people's lives can be affected when the system slows down. And what we just watched shows how divided opinions are. Some people feel the government owes citizens basic support, while others believe it's time for people to become less dependent on these programs. But the truth is, this is what happens during a shutdown. Funding stops, and every department that depends on government money hits a wall. And SNAP is no exception. Over 400 million Americans use it. And without proper funding, the entire process stalls. And that's why you're seeing so many mixed reactions online. Some calling for solutions, others using it as a political talking point. And you know what? This conversation isn't really new, because every time a shutdown happens, this same debate comes up. Should people expect help, or should they find other ways to survive? And while everyone has their opinion, it's clear that the longer this shutdown continues, the tougher it's going to get for families relying on that system, because a lot of families are relying on this. So guys, what do you think about it? Do you believe that government should prioritize social programs like food stamps during a shutdown, or should citizens be ready to adjust when funding pauses? Drop your thoughts below, because this one is definitely going to get people talking. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories and real conversations happening right now. Thank you so much for sticking around. My name is Amy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.